Let me ask you something, and be honest. Do you ever feel unsteady when you stand up from your favorite chair, as if the ground just shifted beneath you? Have you noticed your knees don't quite bend the way they used to? Or maybe you catch yourself grabbing the wall just in case, even though you used to move around your home without a second thought? Do stairs feel a little more daunting these days? Or do you ever hesitate before stepping into the shower? Worried about losing your balance for a split second? And most frustratingly of all, do you find yourself avoiding certain activities, not because you want to, but because a quiet fear keeps whispering, "What if you fall?" If you're nodding along, you're definitely not alone. These are just minor inconveniences. They're daily frustrations that chip away at your confidence, your independence, and your peace of mind. It's deeply personal, it's immediate, and the scariest part is you probably can't even point to the moment it all started. But here's the part almost nobody tells you. What if I said that these issues aren't just about getting older, or some inevitable decline you have to accept? What if the very things you do to keep yourself safe, the routines you think are protecting you, are quietly making the problem worse every single day? You see, it's not about what you're not doing. It's about something you're already doing, sometimes without even realizing it. The habits that feel like common sense, or the advice everyone gives, just rest, take it slow, don't push yourself, can actually set you up for more falls, more pain, and a rapid loss of independence. This isn't just another lecture about being careful. It's the hidden truth that flips everything you've been told about aging and mobility upside down. What seems normal, even smart, might actually be the biggest threat to your freedom and safety. The reality is, nobody's talking about this. Not your doctor, not your physical therapist, not the health magazines or TV experts. I'm going to show you what they don't want you to know. The simple, scientifically backed daily test that exposes the truth about your body's readiness in just 30 seconds a day. I'm not speaking as a detached expert or someone quoting textbook statistics. I'm someone who's seen what really happens when seniors follow the crowd instead of the evidence. I've seen the consequences, but I've also seen the transformation that happens when people finally take charge of their own health. This is what research shows, but more importantly, this is what works. And in the next few minutes, you and I are going to break down the deadliest mistakes, the most dangerous misconceptions, and the single, powerful test that could change everything for you. Because the truth is, you deserve the real answers before it's too late. Today, I'm giving you the 5 deadliest mistakes seniors make when it comes to balance and fall prevention, and the 30-second daily test that exposes every hidden weakness. You're about to get the complete breakdown, the worst habits, the most dangerous myths, the biggest mistakes that almost everyone makes, plus the real science behind what works. By the end of this, your understanding will be completely transformed. This isn't just a quick tip or a single life hack. It's a comprehensive revelation that will turn everything you thought you knew about staying strong and steady after 60 on its head. If you're someone who wants the real answers, not just the recycled advice everyone else is repeating, then you belong here. Hit subscribe now to join a community of truth seekers who refuse to accept decline as normal. If you've ever felt left out of the conversation, or frustrated by advice that just doesn't work, type "I'm in" the comments below. Let's make this the most informed, supportive group of seniors on the internet, where we share real knowledge, real solutions, and real success stories. Because the longer you stay in the dark, the more dangerous it gets. Together, we're shining a light on what really keeps you safe and strong. And trust me, the revelations don't stop with just one mistake. Each point gets progressively worse and more shocking. You might think you've heard it all before, but what I'm about to show you will make you question everything you thought you knew about aging, balance, and daily safety. You'll never look at your daily routine the same way again, because once you see these patterns, you can't unsee them. Stay tuned, because by the time we reveal the 30-second test, you'll be wondering how you ever lived without it. Everyone says it. Use your furniture for support. Grabbing the countertop, steadying yourself on a chair, even leaning on the wall as you move through your home. These feel like smart, responsible choices. After all, who wouldn't want a little extra safety net in case you feel wobbly? It's become almost second nature, and honestly, it's how most people imagine a careful senior lives. Here's the twist, though. What research shows is that your furniture friends are actually robbing you of the very balance you need to keep standing strong on your own. Let's get technical for a second. Your body relies on something called proprioceptive feedback, signals from your muscles, joints, and nerves that tell your brain exactly where you are in space. The more you use your own muscles to balance, the sharper these signals become. But every time you use a chair, wall, or table for support, you bypass this vital system. Your muscles, ligaments, and even the vestibular apparatus in your inner ear get weaker and less responsive. Over time, the neural pathways responsible for automatic balance, the cerebellar cortical circuits, dull from disuse. Instead of improving your stability reflex, you teach your body to depend on outside support. It's a subtle but relentless cycle. The more you lean, the more you need to lean. Most people don't realize this loss is silent. There's no warning bell, no pain, just a slow erosion of your body's most critical defense against falls. The truth is, every day you avoid challenging your own balance, you're training your body to be less balanced. If this sounds familiar, you might have noticed you're walking more slowly, hesitating before moving, or even feeling your heart race at the thought of moving without something to grab. You feel more stiff, less confident, and sometimes a simple shift in weight is enough to make you panic. You might have experienced that sensation of your stomach dropping when you lose your balance, or the embarrassment of needing help for things you once did effortlessly. You're not alone, and I understand exactly how you feel. These are more than symptoms. They're constant reminders that your freedom is slipping away inch by inch. If you found yourself rearranging furniture, just in case, or you can't remember the last time you stood in the middle of the room with nothing to hold, this is your wake-up call. Have you noticed your world getting smaller, your confidence shrinking? Are you avoiding places or situations that once felt normal? But it gets worse. The next mistake is even more insidious, and most seniors make it every single day without realizing the danger. You've been told for years, take it easy, rest when you're tired, avoid overexertion. It feels logical, even responsible, to listen to your body and give yourself a break. Rest days are seen as the gold standard of self-care, especially as we get older. But here's what's really happening. Studies reveal that frequent, passive rest days are quietly undermining your balance, flexibility, and muscle power. When you choose to rest instead of move, you trigger a cascade of biological changes known as deconditioning. Your muscle fibers, especially the all-important type 2 fast-twitch fibers, begin to shrink. These fibers are crucial for quick corrections when you trip or stumble. Your neuromuscular junctions weaken, reaction time slows, and your muscle spindle sensitivity, the sensors that detect sudden changes in position, decline. Blood flow decreases, oxygen delivery drops, and over time, your synovial fluid, the lubricant for your joints, becomes less viscous, making movements stiff and jerky. The truth is, your body is designed for motion. What they don't tell you is that taking it easy actually speeds up the loss of strength, flexibility, and reaction time. Most people don't realize the longer this continues, the harder it is to regain what you've lost. Time is working against you. Every rest day that isn't balanced with movement is a step further away from real safety. If you're nodding, maybe you've noticed you feel more sluggish after a day off. Your legs seem heavier, your mood dips, and you might even feel more creaky the next morning. You start to worry that every ache or pain is a warning sign, making you avoid movement even more. The fear of falling grows stronger, but so does the feeling of weakness. You're not alone in this trap. It's the paradox of rest for safety leading to more risk. If you've been experiencing more fatigue, increased stiffness, or feeling less steady after periods of inactivity, your body is telling you something. Have you noticed it's taking longer to bounce back from sitting, or that you dread walking even short distances? But wait, it gets worse. The next mistake disguises itself as good advice, but it's one of the most dangerous myths out there. Everyone talks about strong legs, endless advice about walking, squats, or leg day at the gym. It's drilled into you. Keep your legs strong and you'll be fine. The common belief is that as long as your thighs and calves are working, your balance will be too. But what they don't tell you is your legs are just one piece of a complex, integrated system. Real balance starts higher up. Balance is governed by the sensory-motor integration system, which includes not just your legs, but your core, eyes, ears, and even your feet's skin receptors. Your vestibulo-ocular reflex, the link between your inner ear and your eye muscles, controls how well you stabilize your vision when you move. Your core musculature, transverse abdominis, multifidus, pelvic floor, acts like a central anchor for your whole body, stabilizing you in every direction. When you focus only on your legs, you ignore these other systems. Weak core muscles mean your body can't respond to sudden shifts. Reduced proprioception in your feet, the nerve feedback from pressure and movement, throws off your center of gravity. The result? You may have strong legs, but still feel wobbly, dizzy, or off balance. Most people don't realize poor balance is usually a sign of weak integration, not just weak legs. The scary part is you can be doing all the right exercises for your thighs and calves and still be at risk. You might have noticed feeling a floating sensation when you turn quickly, or seeing the room blur for a second after you look up or down. Sometimes, even with strong legs, you catch yourself swaying or needing to grab onto something. You might feel frustrated. I'm doing the work. Why isn't it helping? It can make you doubt yourself. Or worse, make you want to give up. You're not alone in this confusion. I understand exactly how you feel. It's not your fault. It's a system that nobody teaches you to train. If you've experienced unsteadiness, even after regular leg exercises, or if turning your head or shifting your gaze makes you dizzy, this is your sign. Have you noticed your balance isn't improving no matter how much you walk? But what's even more concerning is the next mistake. It's the most common and also the most overlooked. You've probably set up your daily routine for comfort and predictability. The same path to the kitchen, the same shoes, the same careful steps every day. It feels safe and controlled, and you rarely, if ever, push yourself beyond what's comfortable. That's what everyone says is best, right? Here's the secret. Experts are finally admitting that avoiding daily balance challenges is actually training your brain and body to be less adaptable. Your neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new neural pathways, relies on constant novelty and micro-challenges. The cerebellum adapts to new balance situations only when it's exposed to small, safe doses of instability. When you do the same safe activities day after day, you reinforce a single, narrow set of movement patterns. Your postural muscles become specialized only for those exact movements. But real life isn't predictable. Rugs slip, shoes change, doorways aren't always in the same spot. Without regular challenge doses, your brain loses the ability to quickly recalibrate to the unexpected. Most people don't realize avoiding small risks every day makes you vulnerable to big risks when something unpredictable happens. The truth is, your body needs a training effect, Those tiny wobbles and corrections are what keep your motor cortex sharp. If you felt a spike of panic when you step on a slightly uneven surface, or you freeze up when something out of the ordinary happens, you know this feeling. It's not just physical, it's emotional. That sudden jolt of fear, the embarrassment, the dread of what if that happens again? It's the opposite of confidence. It's a shrinking world. You're not alone. Many seniors feel trapped by routine, scared to try new things, and unable to break free from their own comfort zone. If you've been experiencing more fear of the unexpected, or you avoid certain routes or surfaces, this is for you. Have you noticed you're only comfortable in your safe zone and everything else feels like a risk? But before you breathe a sigh of relief, there's one more mistake, and this one is the most dangerous of all. With all the advice out there, exercise, rest, diet, it's easy to miss the most important step, actually measuring your real balance every single day. Most people assume that if they feel okay, they must be okay. It's common to think, I'll know if something's wrong. Here's what's really happening. The most dangerous losses in balance are silent, and by the time you notice, it's often too late. Your body systems, proprioception, vestibular function, and muscle activation can all decline gradually beneath the surface of your awareness. The central nervous system compensates as long as it can, masking early warning signs. But every day you skip a balance test, you miss the micro changes that signal real risk. A simple 30-second daily check activates your sensoromotor circuits, giving your brain a status report on your current readiness. Most people don't realize these changes can happen overnight, after a poor night's sleep, a new medication, or a stressful event. The scary part is the difference between safe and unsafe can be measured in seconds, not months. What research shows is that regular self-assessment with a structured test improves not only awareness, but balance performance itself, through something called biofeedback enhancement. When you know exactly where you stand, your brain and body adapt. If you felt blindsided by a sudden slip, or shocked by how unstable you felt one day, you know how scary it is to realize your body has changed without warning. It can make you feel betrayed by your own senses, panicked, anxious, uncertain. It's a fear that lingers in the back of your mind. You're not alone. The truth is, most people wish they'd caught the warning signs sooner, but nobody told them how. If you've ever thought, I'm fine, only to be surprised by a stumble, or if you haven't checked your real balance in weeks, it's time to change. Have you noticed feeling less sure, even if you can't explain why? This is why you need the 30-second test, because the cost of skipping it is simply too high. But the good news is, it's easier than you think. But before we get to the solution, let's pause, because I know this can feel overwhelming. The scary part is, these mistakes are so common, so normal, that most people never question them. But now you know the truth, and that means you can finally take control. Here's the good news. You're not stuck. Every problem we've talked about today can be reversed, starting right now. It's not too late to regain balance, confidence, and freedom. All it takes is a small daily habit, the 30-second test, and a few simple shifts in your routine. Let's break down the 5 best alternatives to the deadliest mistakes. Practical, healing, and backed by what research shows. 1. Practice unsupported standing, proprioceptive training. Instead of relying on furniture, start each day by standing in the center of a room with nothing to hold. Focus on your posture, feel the ground beneath your feet, and gently shift your weight side to side. This stimulates your proprioceptive feedback loops and rebuilds the balance pathways that have gone dormant. Benefit: your muscles, ligaments, and nerves relearn how to stabilize you automatically, reducing your risk of falling. 2. Move daily, even on rest days, micro-movement. Replace passive rest with gentle movement. Simple things like walking in place, ankle circles, or seated marching. This keeps your type 2 fibers engaged, your neuromuscular junctions firing, and your joints lubricated. Benefit: you'll feel less stiff, recover faster, and maintain your readiness every day. 3. Train the whole system. Integrated balance drills. Incorporate exercises that challenge your core, eyes, and vestibular system, like turning your head while standing, gentle yoga, or balance ball routines. Benefit: you'll notice improved steadiness even in unexpected situations, not just on good days. 4. Introduce safe challenges, neuroplasticity workouts. Once a day, try something slightly new. Stand on a different surface. Close your eyes briefly while holding on to something stable, or walk a new route. Benefit: this keeps your brain adaptable and your body ready for real-life surprises. 5. The 30-second test, daily biofeedback. Here's the game changer. Every day, stand with your feet together, arms at your sides, and close your eyes. Count how long you can hold steady, up to 30 seconds. If you sway, step, or open your eyes, note your time. Record it in a journal. Benefit: this test acts as your daily check engine light. You'll notice subtle changes before they become big problems. You can even share your progress with your doctor or physical therapist. Within days of making these changes, you'll feel the difference. You'll wake up less stiff, move more confidently, and find your anxiety about falling start to melt away. After a few weeks, you'll be stronger, more flexible, and more in control of your body than you've been in years. The truth is, you don't have to accept decline as your destiny. By using the 30-second test and building new habits, you can transform your health, your mood, and your sense of independence dramatically and reliably. Imagine walking across a room without a second thought, or joining friends for an outing without anxiety. That's not just possible, it's waiting for you. And here's what's really amazing. These changes are simple. You don't need fancy equipment, a gym membership, or complicated routines. It all starts with one small change at a time, just 30 seconds a day. You'll build momentum, confidence, and results, step by step. You can do this. In fact, you're already on your way. If you've made it this far, you care about your independence, your health, and your future. You're not just hoping for a better life. You're creating it, one choice at a time. It's not too late. The science is clear. Even after 60, 70, or 80, your brain and body can adapt, recover, and grow stronger. You have the power to change your story, starting today. Every day you wait, you risk missing out on the freedom you deserve. You're not alone in this. Together, we are redefining what's possible. I want to hear from you. Type your biggest takeaway in the comments below. Share your experience. What's the #1 balance challenge you faced? What surprised you most in today's video? Your story can inspire others, and together we can build a community of seniors who refuse to settle for decline. Let's support each other, share tips, and celebrate our victories, big and small. Don't forget to like this video if you learned something new. It helps more seniors discover the truth. Hit subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss another revelation about staying healthy, strong, and independent. Comment 30 seconds a day if you're committing to the test, and let's track our progress together as a team. The more you engage, the stronger this movement becomes, because every voice matters. Don't just watch, participate, and make sure you're part of the conversation before it's too late. You've already taken the first step toward a safer, freer, more confident life. Every second you invest in yourself pays off in strength, independence, and peace of mind. You can do this. You're not destined for decline. You're built for resilience. Remember, the 30-second test is your daily promise to yourself. Take it, track it, transform your life. This is your time. Go claim it.